Right. So let's start with defining the terms. So if you can define Agile Coach to start with, let's say, and then we can define further as to what is a Agile Team Coach, what is Enterprise Agile Coach.
So to me, an Agile coach is really focused on training, mentoring, coaching, advising people in an Agile environment, right? People who want to move into an Agile way of doing things. And so the focus is really on Agile. The misnomer there is that it's coaching. It's beyond coaching, because if you look at the pure discipline of coaching, as we've talked about before, it's really focused on the individual and helping the individual to grow and things like that. True coaching does not involve necessarily training or mentoring, although that's arguable. Sometimes you're dancing in the moment. So to me, Agile coaching is really an expansion of the profession of coaching, and it gets into a focal area of Agile, or a niche, as we used to call it in the coaching industry, right? The niche is Agile. And so, Agile coaching is really around, how do we help people in an organization to move forward on their Agile journey and make advancements there. When we talk about a team coach is to me, right, the frontline person who's helping the organization to advance. And so they're working with the team. Again, same sorts of competencies are involved, and they're working with the team members to help them on their own personal journey, as well as the team in itself having its own journey to move forward and mature their practices, mature their thinking, moving from doing to being, all of those catchphrases that we commonly talk about with regards to Agile. When we talk about like a transformational coach or executive coach or whatever, there we're talking about somebody who's working with the executives of an organization or leaders of an organization, and they're doing more strategic things. So what would that include? Well, it would include things like building out a roadmap, working at training, mentoring, coaching executives, right? Because what you do for a team may not apply to what you need to do for an executive. They're actually helping around change management plans and creating the change management and the communication plans, things like that. So really supporting the organization in their journey and guiding them a little bit on their journey to mature their Agile practices and become better at delivery, right? Because the end goal is that we're always there to improve delivery of the product to the end users.
Just to quickly summarize, the Agile Team Coach, as the name says, it's more focused on the team. The Enterprise Coach is more focused on the enterprise. Just with that definition, the nature of the work, Agile Team Coach is working with the team and focused more on technical aspects as to how do I do this in Agile using Agile framework. Versus, as you said, the Enterprise Coach is more focused on the strategy, long term. What's the roadmap? How do we build those behaviors that will allow the organization to adapt Agile and kind of stick with it, right?
Yeah.
As you and I know, when the coaches leave, 9 out of 10 times the teams, the organizations will slip back into the old ways of doing things. So we definitely want to avoid that, right? So as an enterprise coach, I would be focusing more on that strategic aspect, and as you said, working with the higher ups, the executives and senior leaders in the organization.
It's interesting because I just posted a blog about the involvement, like the 4 areas that I see where executives need to be involved in an Agile formation or evolution, whichever you prefer. And one of the key things was around just what you were talking about, right? Executives being engaged, really focused on, the why. What are we doing? Why are we doing it? What's the vision look like? The funding, and et cetera. So that doesn't happen organically, right? I think it needs prompting to have it happen. And without that, in my mind, a set of team coaches is only going to have so much impact, because they're going to run into organizational impediments. They're going to prevent them from moving forward and continuing to improve the organization. So we need like some level of direction from the leaders and buy-in from the leaders, motivate the teams to actually move forward, and have the teams actually say, yes, this is for real. We're committed to this. We're moving forward. And I can see the commitment through what the executives are saying and doing and how they're behaving, et cetera.